Sup everyone, I'm Jordan Rameh and I'm joined by Guha and Karthik Bala, the two brothers at the helm of Velan Studios, the developer behind Knockout City, which if you're anything like me has kind of been dominating your life for the past couple of weeks. Thank you both for joining me today. This is awesome.
Thanks for having us, Jordan.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here.
All right, Guha, I'm going to come to you first. So for the uninitiated, what is Knockout City? Like, brief overview. What is it?
So Knockout City is a new team-based action game, competitive multiplayer game. It's a world where all scores are settled with epic dodgeball battles. It's about throwing and catching. It's about face-offs. It's about teamwork. So get your team game on, get into the action.
Nah, not teamwork. I want to dominate. I want to lead that leaderboard. I got a really awesome MVP pose. I want to see it at the end of every single match. You guys have a lot of cool cosmetics in this game.
Awesome. Yeah.
There's a lot of content in the game. I mean, even as you progress through the street rank progression, there's like 900 tiers built into the game. So there's just a ton of content, and it's awesome to see where players are at in the community. But the really cool stuff, nobody's unlocked yet. So it's cool right now, but the really cool stuff is still more to go.
When we started developing Knockout City, it wasn't developed as like a paper concept or anything like that. We started playing with different prototypes about what it would be like to throw and catch a ball, a different kind of action game. Many of our really good friends make action games with guns in them. So we said, hey, can we do something different? And so this game, we found the fun in throwing and catching and all the dynamics that it opens up. But when you write it on paper, it's like, well, how do you really convey that? So we really thought that playing is believing with this, which is why in the beginning we launched it and said, well, it's just free and open for everybody for the first 10 days because, we need the world to try it. And even now, actually, post what we call Block Party, which was our launch event, it's going to be free to try up to level 25, which will really give a good sense for any player coming in. Really easy way to get your friends into the action too, until you have to pay. And so it's a premium product priced at $20. And like Karthik said, we try to just, because of the premium price, we pack in a ton of content in there, including all kinds of new content over upcoming seasons.
I would say I'm a very poor measurement to how long it will take to actually reach 25. It is a pretty good deal. It's a nice way to step into the game. I was one of those mad lads that was like, oh, this game is excellent and approachable and fun, and I'm having a good time. I'm going to play it for the next 6 hours. So I hit level 25 in the first day. Do not base your experience off me. Level 25 is plenty of time to get your feet wet and jump into the game over the course of a few days.
Yeah, I mean, you can go as slow or as fast as you want, with completing contracts and playing matches. So, that's the nice thing. We really wanted to make it a game that's super accessible for anybody to jump in. But if you're hardcore about it, you can really get into it and start unlocking a ton of content quickly.
I say part of the perfect storm that Knockout City kind of released into was the fact not only was there the free trial, because you were on EA Play, you're included in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Was that always a thing where you were originally not going to be in Game Pass? Was that automatic? What has happened?
Well, it's I think it was a pretty thoughtful approach, I'd say. We had a bit of good fortune as well. But I mean, basically it's around this concept that, we figured out pretty early on, you had to play it to really get it. And so we said, okay, well, let's center everything about that. Let's center everything around making it as easy as possible for people to get in, to get their friends in, to try it. Especially now with MP games, you play where you are with all of your friends in a social circle. And sort of getting them to try all together a new thing was going to be a bit of a challenge. And so we said, let's just break down all the barriers. Let's have an integrated approach to make sure that people really get to try and have a great experience with it. So that's what all of these things were based on. So Game Pass allows an easy way to get in. The cross-platform, cross-play, and cross-progression means that there's no platform barrier for friends. So if you're on Steam and I'm on a Switch and your buddies on a PS5, we could all play together and actually be competitive together as well. So everything was really thought with that notion of playing is believing, break down the barriers, make it accessibility is not only in the controls, making it easy to get in and play.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we were really happy about was, as the game was coming together, we showed it to Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, and everybody really liked it, and they wanted to help. So, with making it part of EA Play, allowed us to be on, Game Pass Ultimate. EA Play is available on PlayStation, and then on Switch. You don't need an NSO subscription to play Knockout City. So again, breaking down any of those barriers, and an opportunity to just jump in and try it out. So all those pieces came together, and I think crossplay is at the heart of it, and crossplay, cross progression was part of our core design and our goals from the very beginning. We wanted to virtually turn on any screen, any console, or PC and play, and have it be part of one community. So back in early 2017, when we just started prototyping this idea around throwing and catching a ball, we were thinking about crossplay back then. And so it was just at the heart of the design.
Is this what you were kind of expecting going in, that this is what you were going to hit? Is this vastly over expectations?
I think, for us, I don't know, I mean, certainly for me, I was like, wow, I was blown away. But I mean, it was with the notion that we got something good on our hands. We wanted to make this game because, our methodology at Velan Studios is we don't even let a concept out the door until it really feels good in our hands, and we invest against it. Our teams work against prototypes until they feel good enough to be able to put in somebody outside the studio's hands. And then we ask them to see if they like it and make sure that they play it.
I would say it's been amazing to watch just replays that people are posting on Twitter, to Twitch, to YouTube. I mean, seeing people pull off stuff that I'm like, I didn't even know you could do stuff like that in the game. When you see something like that, does that influence anything on the other side, on your side, when you're developing the game? It's like, oh, we're seeing players do this or have these strategies. Should we try to counter these things, embrace these things? Does that affect anything at all? Or do you kind of just oh, this is cool, it's just kind of something to see?
It's sort of two things. One is that we try to look for it so players that achieve a high skill ceiling have further places to go. So we want to continue to evolve the game so it provides a runway and the skill ceiling and the experience that keeps engaged players, even more so, and that kind of thing. At the same time, we tried to say, okay, well, how does this shape the way that we think about future design? What level should we create? What kind of special balls should we create? Things like that. So we're really looking for insights from the community of players, to help us sort of shape the future direction of the game.
That was definitely one of the pillars. We knew early on that our process, is really to discover that core, that fundamental core that's new, that's magical, that feels great, to play, and then we iterate and build on that core, and then figure out, the audience and who the partners are. So we built that prototype. And then, we took it to potential publishers, and we signed with EA Originals, who've been great partners. But once we built that game and we come to the proverbial start line, and launch this thing, it's a conversation with the community. It's evolving it with the community. And we knew that from the beginning. That's how we wanted to operate as a studio. So we're always watching. There's a really active Discord, which is continuing to grow. We're taking a lot of feedback. It's drinking from a fire hose, to be quite honest. We're really trying to sort through it, but there's some really good insights and feedback. We had our own sort of wish list and backlog of ideas, things that we want to try, and we're like, day one, we're probably going to just chuck that out the window and reprioritize based on what the community wants. So. And some of that is happening, and we're just really excited. The team is just so committed to the long term on the game, and and new features and new upcoming content. But it's really guided by the player community.
I'll say, speaking of that upcoming content, y'all have an in-game event coming up, Heatwave. I don't know how much you can speak to that yet, but like, what can players expect from that event?
Yeah, so the Season 1 event is Heatwave, and it takes place, it starts on June 22nd and goes through July 5th. So it's a 2-week event in the game. So a Heatwave has struck Knockout City, and there's a new sort of gameplay mechanic that we've introduced just for that event. So players can keep cool by collecting ice pops that are, hidden all over the city. So it seems like, all right, I'm going to play matches, and I'm going to find and collect all of these ice pops. And getting those ice pops will earn you these Heatwave tickets that can be used to buy limited time items in the Heatwave event shop. So in the Brawl shop, there's going to be a new event shop with items that you can get with the Heatwave ticket. So you can't buy this. You have to play to be able to get enough ice pops and earn these tickets to get the items, which is really really cool. Now you're like, all right, going to be doing this collectible thing while you're playing. That's a little bit harder than you think. In a game like Knockout City, to be able to go look for those ice pops and not get thwacked on the side of the face of the ball. You've got
the opponent may be looking for the same ice pop.
Yeah, so it really creates an interesting dynamic, as you're playing. So this is a 2-week event, and some pretty cool cosmetics. I've got my favorite, item that's coming up in Heatwave, and I'm gonna have to earn it as well. I'm gonna have to play and get enough ice pops and tickets to be able to get it. It's
is that the
Oh, you know what it is.
Okay.
You know what it is. Yeah, it's this ice cream truck glider. So I'm going to be flying around in an ice cream truck. It's pretty it's pretty cool.
It sounds like since Heatwave's going 2 weeks, it kind of pushes towards the end of Season 1. So what can you say, if anything, about Season 2? What can players expect from that?
So within Heatwave, which does last 2 weeks, it's sort of the middle of the season. I do want to touch upon. There's actually, I'll reveal this. There's going to be 2 new playlists. So one on the week of June 2nd, and that is Party Face Off. So it's a 1v1 with all special balls. It's crazy. It's like Face Off, but it's all special balls, right? And so there's the danger zone. There's no border warnings, but it gets really wild. And then on June 29th week, we're introducing Triple Team Chaos, which is a 2v2v2 team-based free-for-all.
What?
So it's the first team to 15 KOs wins the match, and it's nuts. It's we've play tested a lot of this, and it's really wild. So those playlists are happening during Heatwave. This game is going to continue to evolve and change, and we have more stuff to come on the back end of Season 1 as well. But we'll save that for another time. But Guha, why don't you talk about some of just our general plans and ongoing support?
We have a commitment to ongoing support. So in future seasons, you can expect a lot of this kind of action. I mean, new levels, new ball type. Now the thing is, the new levels rotate in with all the playlists. The new ball type affects the experience across the board. A new set of items, a new ranked play progression. For League as well. And then new events that are going to be surprising and themed according to the season as well. So it's, each season is about 9 weeks long. And so we just want to constantly change it up. So for new players, it's going to be exciting. For the players coming back, it's always something that's different that they could set their skills to. Like the 2v2v2, that is a different kind of intensity. Because now it's just you and your partner, but against 2 other partner teams at the same time. So it actually, the kind of the way we change the configurations there, it really changes up the team dynamics, coordination, the moves available to you, and the tactics available to you as well. And so that's our commitment. So we're just going to keep supporting and And we're excited, actually. We have that one is in the works already, and we have more coming.
Yeah, season 2 kicks off later in the summer, and we're excited to shake things up again. So we're gonna keep evolving. We see Knockout City continuing to grow. Every time we introduce a new map, there's a new mechanic to the map. Things to learn. So yeah, keep on playing Knockout City and bring in your friends.
I cannot wait. Like I said at the start of this video, this game has just consumed my life. So it is the multiplayer game that all of my friends and I are playing. Totally looking forward to Heatwave, looking forward to Season 2. Thank you both again for joining me. It's been fun learning about the nitty-gritty of things behind Knockout City, as well as what y'all have in the works. And for those watching at home, please stay safe and stay tuned to GameSpot for more Knockout City and Play for All content.